Hello, this is Susan Ashley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on because as everyone's aware, there's been this huge earthquake and I have been receiving information that part of the reason these earthquakes are happening is because they're experimenting with sonic bombs, not atomic bombs. And that bomb that was in Beirut last year it looked like an atomic bomb, but it wasn't. It was a sonic bomb. And what they're trying to do is actually master the ability to use that sonic, that sound, to kill certain, could we say, biofrequencies. So maybe certain groups of people with certain DNA, stuff like that. That's what I feel that they're doing. They're doing these experiments. I know it's out there, but there's a lot going on. The other thing is that we're getting closer and closer to this end of the period of divine grace, which is the end of this month. So we're going to see a lot more whistleblowers coming out and speaking the truth. A lot more people in media. I mean, Cassandra's been talking about this for a while. I'm just sharing with you what she has said, but also what I'm perceiving at the moment. You're going to have a lot more whistleblower coming forward from the media, education system, legal system. Everything, like Cassandra says, everything is going to crumble, and it is. We're seeing it. It's starting to crumble already. So I feel that's a good thing, even though it's a scary thing, because we as a society, we like certainty, and that's the reason we gave away our authority and our power to politicians, to local councils and things like that, because we wanted certainty. We wanted our garbage to be picked up on a certain day. We wanted to make sure we had electricity. We wanted to make sure we had running water. We wanted to make sure that, public transport was working. Our children were educated, that we could have medicines, that we could go to a hospital, things like this. So what I'm saying is that we handed over this need for certainty to people who are no longer working in the best interest of us, the consumer, let's say. So all of that's going to have to crumble, and it's not like we're going to go back to the dark ages. It's more that we will be able to live in communities where there is a level of self-responsibility and agreement on what's happening. I think things got too big and too out of hand, too global rather than, centralized in a smaller community to agree upon. So that's the other thing that's starting now. Everything's going to crumble. It's going to be even more so end of February, March, and then we'll probably go through a little bit of a calm period. They like to give us these calm periods so we can relax and settle down, and then we get another boom. I don't think we're going to have long in between the calm period and the boom again. So I feel it's really important for us to be very centered in who we are and what we believe to be true, and not jump on any bandwagons at the moment, because yes, they put out a lot of fear so that we hook into that fear and we start to create that reality. And in my personal experience, not just what I think or what I perceive, my experience is that those restrictions, those things don't necessarily connect with me because I don't connect with them. And I know that sounds a bit airy-fairy, but it's actually true. We are on the precipice of creating 5D reality, which is unity consciousness, which has nothing to do with authority over. So yes, I'm coming into my own authority. It doesn't mean I have authority over other people. That's just simply my authority. In other words, if I don't want that I don't have to have it. If I don't want to eat certain foods, I don't have to, but I can eat other foods, you know. It's like, that's my personal authority, is to choose what I put in my body, what I wear, where I live, this sort of thing, right? So if you're willing to accept full responsibility and authority in your life, things will go a lot smoother than if you're not. Because if you're not, you're going to come up against that system over and over and over again in an effort to get you into your authority. So that's partly what's happening with people. They're coming up against the system so that they realize, hang on a minute, this isn't working for me anymore. I need to try something else. And everything is being exposed. And you might say, like, I've had people say to me, oh, when's it going to happen? Like, why do they want it to happen so vehemently? Is because they want to be able to say to people, see, I told you so. So they have authority over those people. That's not the place to be coming from at the moment. It's about self-authority. So I chose to do things and not to do things, and that's, you know, I stand by that. And your choice is entirely your choice. And if you want to change your mind and make another decision, that's fine. I will support you either way, because you're the authority of your own being. And I think that's the thing. So there's, you know, a big wave of light hitting the planet. And what it's doing is it's opening up the DNA. You see, some of us have been working on our DNA and upgrading it and opening it up so that there is that energy signature present on the planet. And then what happens is when these waves come in, these energetic waves of light, they start to open up people as well. But if there isn't an anchor already here, then it gets really wobbly. But because some of us have been awakening all of this, then it can be more sort of, how can I say, more peaceful awakening for people, because there isn't that strong resistance to everything, right? So people's DNA is starting to wake up to what I call the God codes, or universal laws and truths. And this is something that we work on in the healings and the meditations. I'm very, I think, fortunate to have these insights into this, but don't think that I don't do the work on it, because I do. When I have a big movement, my whole world gets shaken up like everybody else. And I've been working on myself for, I'd say 40 years now. 40, because I'm in my 60s. So 40 years I have been working on myself. Not because I'm a perfectionist, but because I was driven to release, so that I can be like a pure tuning fork at this time for the community around me. And that was why I was driven to do that. So, you know, most of my life I have been working on people and on myself. If I have 3 clients in one day with the same stuff going on, I have to look at myself and say, okay, what is it trying to tell me here? Right? What aspect of this have I still got hooked in me? What part of it do I still need to release and let go of? And so, like I said, 40 years, and I'm still working on stuff. There are still like connections, epiphanies that I have that I go, oh my goodness, yes. And there are still, well, not so much now, but there would be events that happened in my life when I was younger. There was like repeat. And I'd always go back to that original event and do another aspect of healing around that event, something I didn't notice before, something that escaped me before, that the light was shone on through maybe working with others, or, you know, some event that's going on in my life to shine the light on that. So it's been a very interesting time. of letting go. And now what I'm finding is the letting go of that certainty. Of, you know, growing up in Australia, there was always this certainty that the government would make sure that you always had medical. I was always very proud of that about Australia, that you didn't have to pay for education unless you went to a non-public school, a private school, that of course you would pay then, but public schools were free and they were good value, and you could do a lot with the public school education, and you could do a lot with the medical system in Australia. Was amazing, right? And so there's a certain certainty that you grow up with, knowing that, you know, when I went to school, we were all given milk. We did kinesthetics, so we did exercise in the morning, and then we all got a bottle of milk, and it would be like strawberry, chocolate, or vanilla. And they wanted to make sure that every child had a drink, and also did exercise every single morning. We sang God Save Our Gracious Queen, and we did this exercise, and we had our milk. And, you know, there was always lunch and stuff like this. So there was a big focus on fitness, getting the energy out from home, or if you were a fidgety child, getting that energy out. Now they do none of that. They do none of that. So, you know, if you want fitness, you basically have to go to some activity after school. It's just brainwashing, you know. And what they're brainwashing kids to learn at the moment is pretty scary. But anyway, I had a certainty growing up that I no longer have. I cannot rely on the government. I cannot rely on my doctor to know what's wrong with me, because most of the time I know more of what's going on with my body than they do, because they're basically looking at a screen, putting in the symptoms and pulling out a prescription pad instead of actually really knowing what's going on. So yeah, you know, I don't have certainty around that anymore. I don't have certainty around the education system. I don't have certainty around the government. I certainly don't have certainty around putting any money in the bank or any system like that. So we've lost our certainty. And that could put you in a pretty scary place. But where does it take you? It takes you to you. I am absolutely certain that with the energy that I have, I will find a solution to anything that's going on. And that I will draw the right person to me at the right time to assist me with anything that I need. That's what I'm certain of, my own ability. I no longer have certainty in that out there, but I do here. And I think this is really important, because it's where we're all being led to. It doesn't mean that we have to hold on to disappointment, or we need to get angry or upset because this whole situation has taken us away from ourselves, and we should be rejoicing in the fact that we are returning to ourselves. When we return to ourselves, we return to our connection with God, with the universe, with spirit, with Mother Nature, with everything. So that's what I wanted to chat with you about today. I'm sending you lots of love. Please like, subscribe, share, do all of that. Come on Wednesday, which is tonight, to the healing. I get great emails sent to me. I don't put them on my website as testimonials. I just, over all of that, I kind of feel like if I have to prove to you what I can do, then you're not feeling your truth. You know, people connect with me because they feel it's right, because they get a sense of that. And I've always relied on that. And so, you know, I did put testimonials up about Cassandra years ago, and people do send me testimonials, but they're more a conversation they want to have with me. They're not really giving me permission to put that up, and I'm all about privacy and confidentiality. So yeah, every day I get messages and emails telling me what has happened in their lives as a result of the work that we're doing together. We are doing it. We're on a journey together. And that excites me, and it makes me feel really privileged and honoured to be part of that movement. And it also encourages me to keep going when I see that it is affecting people and impacting their lives. It's always wonderful. So yeah, share, like, do what you need to do. press the notification button and all that jazz. And I might see you tonight on Wednesday, or I might see you Saturday for meditation. Lots of love. Bye for now.